And welcome everybody to Save or Dice. What is going on? I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are ready for some fun Dungeons and Dragons this evening. I am here to talk about a fun giveaway that we're going to be doing thanks to ThinkGeek. So in about an hour from now, at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to open up an awesome giveaway from ThinkGeek, where a grand prize winner is going to get a $100 gift card. A whole bunch of other people are going to get some gift cards as well, along with some dice swag. So thank you, ThinkGeek, for sponsoring the show. Thank you for helping us put this thing on, and thank you guys for putting together this fun giveaway. Beyond that, we want to tell you guys thank you to Fantasy Grounds, because they are our virtual tabletop of choice this evening. And then, of course, pyromancers.com with Dungeon Painter Studio, which has helped the magnificent bastard Jim Davis put together all the awesome maps that you guys are going to see on stream. So without further ado, gentlemen, I give you Jim Davis, the magnificent bastard.
All right, so here we are, episode 3 of Save or Dice. Our heroes find themselves in a burned down, abandoned building, having cleared it out of the charred ghouls of the former residents that lived here. They have ventured up to the second floor and are looking for a token with which to summon the spirit of Daronia Vitellius. And our intrepid rogue, Robin Steele, has been rummaging around, and he found a locket that he believes is the token that he needs. And that is when the vengeful Wraith, the ghost, the specter, the spirit of Daronia appears in front of him, the pool of inky blackness. The room that you're in, there's sort of thin slivers of light that are piercing through the cracks in the walls and the floor, but otherwise the room is very dim and dark. This thing sort of like appears in front of Robin. It's just reaches out for him, and we're going to go ahead and we've got initiative already rolled up here. And this thing is reaching out for Robin and going for his heart, and is like trying to reach inside you and to grab your squeeze your internal organs and to possess you and choke the life out of you. I'm gonna need Robin to make me a DC 13 charisma save.
Oh, here we go.
You guys hear something?
Damn it.
So that's a
and not
yes.
the fake 12. Yeah, man.
So we've got Robin here, who is possessed by the spirit of Daronia. She has like reached inside of him, and she's like clawing and gnashing with her ghostly, ghastly talons, and she just sort of almost climbs inside of Robin. And the entire time he's sort of like doubled over in pain and falls to the floor. That's my Wraith's turn. It's now Joego. You hear Robin screaming from down the courtyard where you're at with Curio. And
oh, help me, Joego, help me.
Oh no, I think there's a problem with Robin. We should help him. What do you think up there? More dead guys? We stomp.
Curio's like, it sounds like the ghost. He seems like just like he's about to lose it. His knees are shaking. He's gripping his staff like white knuckled. If we should go up there and try to help them, I think. He's just like trying to keep his cool together.
Curio, what you mean ghost? That sound like Robin.
He gives Joego a look that just wide-eyed, and is just like shakes his head. I don't think that's Robin.
Oh no, it sound like Robin. I don't think it was a good ghost. I'll go parkour up there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you're like you can almost do a chin up on the balcony.
Okay, so that's a 22, so I easily parkour up there.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so what do I see? What is the scene before Joego?
So you see, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this guy. You see Robin is lying on the ground next to a broken, busted up like wardrobe and like a bed that's been all charred and burned down next to it. And he's just kind of like doubled over on the ground, screaming. You see no ghost, nothing like that. And then Oliver and Jardon are up here doing whatever it is that they're doing.
So I will go to the balcony and look down at Curio and kind of like wave to him. It's okay, no ghost, but Robin hurts. And I will go over to Joego will go over to Robin and try and help him.
All right. So you got your move. You're over here. You're checking him out. Anything else you're doing before your turn's over?
I'm just trying. I'll try and assist. I'll see if he's wounded.
He doesn't look like he's wounded. He seems perfectly fine, other than he's in tremendous amount of pain.
I will scoop Robin up like he's a small child. It's okay, Robin. Oh, okay. Joego got you. Joego got you. No dead guys.
All right, Jardon. Jogo's climbed up into the room and is cradling Robin. You saw what happened. What does Jardon do?
Great. He's going to start digging through his many pouches and satchels in search of that a particular scroll they were told to be ready with. And he's just made his turn pulling it out, but he won't cast it just yet. Maybe we can get some info.
Okay.
Cast if it looks like Robin is going to be in pain.
So you've got it ready?
Yeah.
All right. Robin. I have something to tell Robin and hopefully our audience. So if the rest of the players would kindly just make the audio unavailable for themselves, turn off.
Is that what you need us to do? Did I get skipped, or is it just his turn?
Oh, is it yours? You go right after Oliver, or you go right after Robin.
Okay. Here we go.
What is the symbol for us to come back?
I'll give you 2 thumbs up. If it's just one, don't worry about it. Give you 2 thumbs up.
That's the one I'm going to re-roll my character.
Give me a second. All right, so Pruitt.
Yeah.
You feel the ghost of Daronia enter into Robin, and Daronia is in control of Robin's body. Robin is like a spectator in his own body. Daronia's goals are to get out of here and enter into the Undercity as fast as possible. I'm going to let you play that out. She can use all of your non-magical class abilities, which I think is everything.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just going to see what happens. Any questions?
No.
All right, we're good. Everybody back?
I'm back.
All right.
Jim, do you want me to role play it?
All right, I'm back now.
Yeah, she's a vengeful, angry ghost. She was in life, she was a demon worshiper who lacked the power to actually summon demons. And now that she's a ghost, she's angry about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Sure, go, man.
Is it me? I'm up?
No, it's still Robin's turn.
Oh, okay.
So I am currently scooped up in Jogo's arms.
He's cradling you. Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
So he's not technically grappling me.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to use my action to extricate myself from him. I don't know if you want to.
You were prone. You're starting prone.
Okay.
So you're just standing up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can use 5 feet because I have athlete, so only 5 feet of my movement to hop up. I'm going to use my action to disengage from Joego. And I'm going to run straight towards the balcony and hop off and start running in the courtyard. Okay.
So you got your action, disengage, and then the rest of it is you're using your cunning action.
Yeah. Use my cunning action for a bonus action, disengage, and then 30 feet of movement out into the courtyard. Just like hop off the balcony and start running towards the exit. All the while saying, "Not this time." And I'll spit at Oliver when I run by him.
just out of spite.
You said vengeful, so
that's true. She's very vengeful. So that just happens. The Robin, speaking in a voice not his own, leaps out of Jogo's arms and makes a beeline for the balcony, jumping off. our other map set
Robin's
up over
much
here.
better now. Sore throat though.
I mean, just a second while we set up this other map.
Good
all
God,
right,
can I
ladies and
please
gents.
go?
Yes, it's your turn.
All
What
right,
are you doing?
all I want to do is scream, freak out, and tackle Robin as he runs by. That's it.
He jumped. He's like just jumped off the balcony.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then how deep is it? It was like 15.
It's like
20
10 feet.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'm just gonna tackle him. I'm just gonna leap. I'm gonna do the thing, and I'm gonna do bard things and jump after him and just tackle him down to the ground with my 8 strength.
Okay.
So do you want like an acrobatics check to get down there?
Yeah, let's give me an acrobatics check to. Yeah, let's do that.
I can do that. Hey man, crit happens.
So
that was. I was startled. I was.
you were
Holy
startled.
shit! And then
Right.
I just startled.
So startled. So Oliver
didn't
is
end well.
going. Oliver attempts to jump down. I mean, there's a giant pile of charred wood and debris down here. It's difficult terrain.
No, he belly flops.
And so you land on the ground with a thud, and I'm going to say that you're prone, and that the penalties that come with that whenever you go. But that was just your movement. So
Yeah, then I'll take my next action to stand up and try to tackle him.
okay.
Can I get there? How
Right
far,
next
how far
to
did he go?
I don't think you were starting in the back.
Actually, Jim,
What do you got?
since he wasn't grappling me, all I did was disengage and move, so it would be 60 feet of movement.
It'd be 60 feet. Yeah, you'd be much further away, I think.
Sorry.
Why don't you handle your token, Pruitt?
Do I not have the map? Or I
Let
don't.
me share it real quick.
Yeah, I don't have that other map. There we are.
All right, this is the
So
courtyard
the
map. Should
second
be up.
map. Okay, cool. Here we go.
So that was the end of 30 feet. So then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's going to be like right there.
Booyah. Yeah.
We'll try to
He's
show
almost
you
out the-
guys both maps, by the way.
Gotcha.
All right, so for I guess an action, then 15 feet to stand up. If I double move, so 15 feet to stand up, and then I can move 15 more feet, right?
Gotcha. Yep. Yes, sir.
There you go. That's where I'm at.
So Oliver's taking off after him.
Yes, sir.
All right. That was Oliver's turn. All right, Joego. Robin was doubled over in pain, seemingly wounded, and then just like shot up like a weed and jumped out of there. Tore ass, spat a curse at Oliver as he was running out.
Startled me. He really
So
startled me mostly.
Let's say you got 10 feet, I think, of movement to jump down out of the balcony. It would cost 10 feet of movement to do that.
Seems like odd time to play chase, but Joego really liked this game. And I will bolt after him.
All right. Let me get you down here. All right. Go ahead and make me either an athletics or an acrobatics check to jump off the balcony safely.
Alrighty. That
11's
is
better. 11's better. So Joego jumps down, it sort of like hops and lands with a bit of a thud, bit of a heavy landing, but you're on your feet, and you see the situation. Robin is almost out the courtyard door, and Oliver is hauling off right behind him, and that's where we got.
So how much movement was it to get?
It would have been 10 feet to jump down off the balcony.
All right, so I have another 30 feet.
All right.
Oh, these are big blocks. All right. Oh, maybe not. I have trouble seeing the grid.
Yeah, it's a little dark there, but I think that fits.
So I guess I will try and grab Robin, since everyone else seems to be trying to grab Robin.
It's chasing after him.
Seems like the thing to do.
It does, doesn't it?
Come, Robin, where you go? Joego help you.
Hit him with your pot.
Yeah, I might. So that is a. Oh, you know what? That's not what I was supposed
This
to roll.
protects you from
No,
ghosts.
just
Smash.
just an athletics roll.
Yeah, it's just an athletics. What game? Do I even play this game? Heh.
Man,
So
we
it's
are
a-
on fire with these die rolls tonight, fellas.
Yeah. So there you go. Beat that 11, Pruitt.
Jeez. I forget what we said. I think that the last time we had this situation come up, we're treating this like AC, right? Like,
Yeah.
so Joego has barely grabbed a hold of Robin, and has got just like and grabbed him by the wrist and.
All right. So my
yanks him
second attack is a push. So I
Okay.
just push him onto the ground.
So I need another athletics roll from Robin.
Sure thing.
Yes, or acrobatics roll.
Yeah, athletics is higher for me.
Gotcha.
With my 12 strength.
I did not push him down.
Did not push him down. Tried. They're in kind of a shoving match, and but it's still grappled.
Calm down, Robin. It's okay.
Get your hands off of me, foul beast.
It's okay. Joego really good at this game. I always win fast. Got long legs.
So Joego's got Robin grappled. Jardon, it's your turn. I believe it was going to cost you 15 feet of movement to get out of the room and down on the down the ground.
Okay. He's going to mutter to himself with a look of surprise on his face. The bot must be working. Never seen Joego run towards ghosts before. Very effective bot. He's going to run and jump, and as he's jumping in midair, he's going to shift form into a lizard with some floaty wings.
Sweet.
He has a climb speed technically, but we'll dramatize.
But that's a little cooler than just climbing down.
It is a little cooler. Jumps, spreads little wings, and he's going to try and he's got 40-foot movement speed. So just begin, devote his whole turn to going and trying to land on Robin's shoulder.
All right.
Nimbly glide down upon him.
I'm going to say, if you're turning into like a gliding lizard like that, the balcony runs pretty much from where that pile of rubble is, all the way down to here. So you can easily just like jump, like run along the balcony and jump off and only be like 10 feet to get onto Robin's shoulder.
Okay. I will attempt that if I may.
Yeah, go ahead and give me, let's see for this one, just an athletics or acrobatics.
Another 4 would be nice.
Anthrobatics.
Acrobatics. If somebody else rolls another 4, I'm going to give you all inspiration.
So this is +7. I'll just roll the 20. It wasn't a 4. I'm sorry.
It's a 14.
That's all right.
14. Yeah.
14. 14's total. Yeah, I mean, Robin's not moving anymore. Joego's got him by the wrist. And if you sort of like don't run along the edge of the balcony, jump off, shapeshift into the flying lizard, you can land on like Robin's back.
Robin, something has changed about you.
Wait, do you actually say that in lizard form?
And then do you have another action or anything? Anything else you're going to do?
He does have an action, but the lizard's not anywhere near capable of grappling or anything. So he'll just kind of, I guess it will grapple in the sense that he wants to hold on.
Okay, that's no problem.
Yeah.
And Robin's got like what, a cape on and a bunch of pouches and a pack probably.
Yeah, I mean he didn't bring his like backpack, but yeah, he's got pouches and a like a shoulder half cape.
He's all life-felded out with his pouches and his clips and his ammo.
Yeah,
Right.
And feet also. I got those feet.
Got those tiny feet.
Tiny feet.
Such
Sounds so quiet.
such delicate feet.
Such a good stealth room.
All right, Robin, it's your go.
Okay, I'm going to try to break the grapple.
All right.
So there's that. There's your 4.
There's your 4.
Eat, read it, and weep. God.
Oh my god.
Even though I'm possessed right now, I'm still pissed that I'm rolling shitty.
Right.
I want to be screwing up my teammates more than this.
So, right, yeah, okay. Robin and Joego are still locked in a grapple, right there in front of the entrance to the courtyard.
Okay. In that case, with my bonus action, I'm gonna throw sand in his eyes. So Joego need to make a DC 10 dex save.
I was hoping you'd say that. That's my favorite.
Favorite save.
Favorite save. All right. So, no, not the whole thing. What are you doing? And that is an 8.
8. So now Joego gets a face full of sand.
I'm blinded.
So you're blinded till my next turn. So.
Robin, why you throw that in Jogo's face? Not nice. No throw dirt.
And I can't. Well, I'm still grappled, so I can't get away.
Correct.
That's it. So that's it.
All right, Oliver.
All right, so now everybody can hear me. Yeah, I'm going to just run and just as hard as I can with my meager little 8 strength. I'm going to just like give him the Goldberg treatment and just put my shoulder straight in his chest and try to drive him down to the ground and hold him down there.
All right, let's do it.
So what do you want from me, buddy?
I want an athletics roll if you're trying to like just push him to the ground. If you got movement, you're running, like Jogo's got him. I'm gonna say you have advantage on this roll.
Thank God, because I need it. Okay, so athletics. All right, here we go. It's just I've got no modifier to it. So here's the first 20. It's a 10. Here's the second 20, which is 11.
Nice.
Come on, buddy. I need another. I need another. Just
4.
Oh! My God!
I was destined to suck tonight.
Oliver just drive him down to the ground. It's totally unexpected.
The grandeur of low die rolls.
Wait a minute, Ford, are you wearing the shirt? Are you actually wearing the shirt? No.
Are the crit rolls?
Oh no,
Happens shirt.
not really.
I got the Argyle.
We got some
that's
kick-ass gear from ThinkGeek that we'll be wearing next week for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
we should all wear our shirts together next week. All right. So Oliver just like with all of his might just comes and lays his shoulder into Robin. Robin's like arm gets bent back one way that Jogo's still holding on to it. Oliver and Robin go tumbling to the ground. And then with poor Jardon still stuck, clinging on to Robin's outfit. So Jogo's towering over this dog pile of his friends. What do you do, sir? Joego?
Actually, Joego doesn't know what to do now. Chase game over? What do we do? Robin, why are you so angry? And why you throw sand in Jogo's face? Jogo's just going to hold him in and I guess try and shake the sand out of his eyes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you've got a free hand.
Because I hoped it would scratch your eyes out.
He's going to try and cry it out anime style with a 13.
Your tears give me power.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Robin. That sounds like some hateful, just malicious something. You know, that's not the Robin you know.
Why Robin so angry?
I'm trying really hard to avoid the word possessed. So I'm just racking my brains hoping that Jardon comes up with something better than ghost or possessed by ghost. So I'm just not saying anything. I'm just holding him down.
Just holding him down. Jogo's trying getting the sand out of his eye. And then, yeah, if you spend an action rubbing your eyes, the sand's gone. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And then we're gonna kind of drop out of initiative now. Now that Robin has been subdued and tackled. I was really kind of hoping he'd get away.
I only remember too late that I should have gone in that room because there's a cellar door in there.
True.
Well, I think since they're holding him down, I'll shift out of the lizardy form, unfurling a scroll as I do, and kind of look him over, saying the words, looking it over, and look reassuringly at Joego. Robin just a little mad. It'll be all right. Just keep holding him.
Maybe Jardon give him special treats, make him happy.
Ooh, true. So I'm gonna say.
I look over Jardon. Did you fucking see that? Did you fucking do something? And I'm trying to like.
I am doing. It is doing. Yes. Hold on.
Curio runs over. He was in the midst of climbing up whenever everybody jumped down from the balcony. Unfortunately, don't sell his token. So I'm going to rule that a protection from evil cast after possession will suppress the possession for the duration of the spell, but does not expel the possessing ghost. So Robin will be himself for is it a minute or 10 minutes on protection from evil? Anybody know that off the top of their head? I'll find it if I not.
I think
Chat,
it's a minute.
what do we got?
I'll get it.
Oliver, see what?
It's 10 minutes.
10 minutes for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Do I think that Joego can spell?
Probably not. You ever see Always Sunny?
In Philadelphia?
I imagine Joego writes the same way Charlie does.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just in my head.
I look over at Curio. It's a GHOST, and I'm trying to continue to hold him down.
I would like to combine, or with Curio's assistance, combine my Dispel Magic spell, my last 3rd level spell, with this effect to somehow break her out of him and hold her in place, if I think I can pull that off.
Dispel Magic and Curio. It's worth a shot, but I think it'd probably be a long shot. You've never performed an exorcism before, probably.
Can I? If I see him go, Jardon starting to do this, I'd like to inspire him.
Okay.
Can I?
What about Robin? What are you doing for the duration of this protection from evil?
I'm screaming every curse that she would know in every abyssal and infernal language.
You're Robin now. You're back to being Robin. For 10 minutes, you're Robin.
Oh.
She's suppressed.
Oh my God! Get her the fuck out of me!
Calm down.
We're trying.
Easy, Robin. Who in Robin? I don't see anyone, Robin.
A terrible
ghost. The ghost that's in me right now.
No. The pot will protect you, obviously. You didn't have any fear earlier, Jardon?
It was just a pot. It's just a dumb pot. I've got a ghost in me.
Robin, Jardon, help me. You can do it, Jardon. You can do it. I trust you.
I mean, so Jardon's asking Curio what to do. Curio knows he can't do anything about this. He can keep one of them out beforehand, but he's like, he knows that he suggests to call an exorcist. He's like, I think we should.
Robin, we will keep her at bay. We must go swiftly to Lucian or someone else.
Go to Lucian. Go to him. He'll know what to do.
Listen, Robin, listen. I know you're panicking, but I'm also panicking. I need you to give me all of your weapons right now. Do you understand me?
Why are you panicking? It's not in you.
Because I don't know what she's capable of.
Joego is hyperventilating. I just made a will save to see if he can resist the fear. And
what DC did you set for yourself?
I set like a 10 because it's nature. I got a 15. But now he's going to grab Robin by the shoulders and start slamming him into the ground, trying to get the ghost out. Get out of Robin! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Are you doing that?
Somebody clip this.
Not to work. No.
So Jardon you were gonna try to dispel magic on it. We've got Curio and Robin calling for an exorcist. If you want to cast the dispel magic, you can.
I'm disarming Robin. Like
and
fast
Oliver's
as I
disarming
can.
Robin. How many weapons do you have on you, Robin?
How many weapons do I have on me? I have 10 daggers, a hand crossbow, a short sword.
It's like fucking asking Batman how many weapons he's got on him.
And then all my pouches full of shit. You know,
It's like Mad Max in that scene in Thunderdome.
yeah, kind of.
I'm just working with him. I'm just looking surprised that every time he pulls another dagger out.
Don't forget this one.
Really?
And the one in the back of my boot.
Around 8. So 8. Yeah, you go through the ritual of dispelling, and nothing seems to happen. It's Robin, you can still feel it's in there. It's in there with you. It's just like a cold or a chill. Like you'd never be able to get warm. Like, when you're like the small of your back gets cold and you just can't do anything about it. You just got to take a hot shower. It's kind of like that, but spiritually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let us take him quickly. Quickly find the Lucian,
Please.
So I'm going to say
She's still there.
Yeah, we're looking at a good half a minute has passed. $150 feet. You're looking for sending, I think, for really long range stuff. For a second, I thought that said massage. It was a kick-ass cantrip.
At some point, Joego may be holding down Robin and like prying his mouth open and looking inside.
So,
What are you doing?
I find ghost. Pull it out.
That's
Oliver's
not
finished.
how it works. I got the quote. Force Awakens. Yeah, I got 50 feet. Well, it's okay.
It's the smart thing to do.
Joego Carabin.
All right.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry, buddy. I tied up Robin.
I heard you. Were you muted?
I was muted for the stream. It's 2 mutes. Sorry.
Gotcha.
The two
I see.
mutes.
2 mutes.
What
Not
is a
complicated.
mute?
So, recap. We've got about 9 minutes left on the spell. If you guys really spend your time like tying him up, that's going to eat up at least 5 minutes of the spell, but not that much longer. It doesn't, there's not that much rope. It's not like you guys are tying up people every day. You guys do what? You guys ready to drag him? You guys are not going to get there by the time the spell wears off.
I'm quite confident that the ghost is going to do ghost things.
All right.
I'm just a little concerned about if it's going to stay in him or if we've just tied up Robin and it's gonna body hop. Which I'm considering right now the problem with that. But
that's very true.
We're gonna have to tie us all up.
Everybody's just gonna have to be tied up and
Wait, who's going to tie up the last person? Though?
hop down the street. Not Curio. He refreshes his own protections while all this is going on.
Gerard will tie up the last person.
Gerard. Yes, Gerard will. So you guys have Robin tied up. He's been disarmed. We got about another 5 minutes left on the protection, where you make your way out onto the streets and head towards Lucian's, which you're like there this morning. Do I have that right?
Yep.
I believe so. I'm gonna pull Joego aside. Listen, Joego, I'm not sure what's about to happen. If this spell wears off or anything. But perhaps if as a way to protect the children from the vulgarities of this wretched creature, maybe you could use your pot to silence Robin. What do you think? Maybe end the struggling.
Are you telling him to knock me out?
With the pot, yes.
Just don't use the pot.
Joego gave him one of these. Sleep.
May not be good idea. Might slip out if he is not all there. Robin's will is strong. Take away will, not good. Just run fast.
Or we could just run very fast. Very, very fast to Lucian's.
Yeah. So, give me an idea of what y'all's setup is. Are you who's? I'm assuming
football carrying.
Okay.
Robin, and just gonna bolt to wherever they said to go.
Okay. And
I
then
may occasionally stroke his head like a cat. But okay,
right.
Robin,
Just don't name me George.
Is everyone else, I'm assuming everybody else is following.
I mean, what else can you do besides follow Joego wearing a pot down the street, carrying a tied up, cursing, spewing vileness Robin?
Very true.
I'm not cursing right now.
Yet.
So here we go. We've got Joego with Robin over his shoulders, taking off down the street. And then we've got we've got Oliver and Jardon following behind him. Curio is with the group as well, running. You don't know how long it's going to take you to get there, but it's going to take you probably longer than the spell's going to last. In fact, it looks like you guys are just running through the streets. It's just after midday, right? So the streets are not as crowded as they were other parts of the day. You know the neighborhood.
Joego will use his urchin feature to move twice as fast.
Oh yeah. So you just do you leave Oliver and Jardon in the dust?
Oh yeah, they see me basically parkour and take to the rooftops.
Okay. In that case, you will make it to Lucian's before the protection from good and evil wears off. If you like Assassin's Creed your way out of there, basically with your giant self, then you'll be able to avoid the worst of the crowds and make a beeline right towards Lucian's. And Robin is still himself when you get there. Everybody else arrives, 2 or 3 minutes later.
Yeah, Joego's screaming frantically at the door, banging on the door. He may accidentally kick it in. I don't know. Lucian, go, ghost, Lucian.
He's like, what? He's like, we the ghost was earlier today. What? Why is Robin tied up?
Robin, and I start holding open Robin's mouth so I can look inside.
Lucian, there's a momentary lapse. He's like in the middle of, making lunch or something, a couple of his apprentices who are making coffins in the next room or, peek their head in to see what the commotion is. But after like a split second of confusion, he immediately just drops what he's doing, grabs a satchel off the shelf and busts out this round, like piece of cloudy glass. It's sort of like multifaceted, and like holds it up and starts like running it over Robin, muttering to himself and looking, and all the while he just like sweeps off the kitchen table, drinks and plates and food smashing onto the floor
food before it hits the ground.
All right, good call. And
I'm
he's
gonna
like,
need a sandwich after I get this bitch out of me.
He's basically like how long he's asking Robin how long, just when did this happen? What was it?
Almost about 10 minutes, maybe.
Okay, I mean, I think I can help, but I found her. She's deep within. This might be tricky. Joego, help me tie him down.
So I begin helping,
like transferring the ropes from where they are to strapping him to the table. Robin, you got about another round before she's going to take over. You can feel her creeping out of your psyche back into take control.
Lucian, listen to me. Whatever you do, if this doesn't work out, all I want you to do is die. Get away from me.
He's cool as a cucumber, He just like looks at you and looks at Joego and says, our friend will be fine, but
I try to bite them.
This will take some time. He like just pushes Robin's head back onto the table. And make sure the straps are secure, and I will gather my things. And Oliver and Jardon can hear when Robin becomes repossessed. The whole street can hear it as he starts shrieking and screaming and cursing.
I'll mute myself, but I'll act it.
He's in for hard times. But we must ask her questions. You all are good at talking. We must find out what she knows.
I'm good at talking to people, sure.
She was person, yes, long ago.
I don't know if you heard the mouth on her, but, that's arguable. I'll do my best. Lucian... I shouldn't interrupt, I guess.
You guys enter into his workshop. His door's been half smashed off its hinges. And he's in the kitchen where lunch is scattered across the floor. Some of it, I think, Joego's probably eating. And Robin is just like on the table, writhing, thrashing, cursing, trying to be a ghost. And you see that Lucian has put he's got like a leather strap with an amethyst on Robin's forehead. And he's just like calm as cool as a cucumber the whole time. Like, this will prevent her from transferring her essence into another one of us. You did the right thing. Thank you. He will be fine. But this, where do you want it after? Should we?
I'm sorry?
Where do you want the ghost after I've driven it out of Robin?
Oh, is this like a bottle type of thing, right?
I could put it in a bottle. And he sort of like snaps his hands at there's like a bottle on the shelf.
Oh, well, shit, I was just kidding. But if you can do that, that's fantastic.
Jardon will dig around in his robe of useful items and find some forlorn doll or something.
Okay.
To contain it.
This is how a horror movie starts.
Yeah.
Maybe she feels more comfortable in.
Oh, yeah, great. Give her fucking appendages. Okay.
Lucian looks at it. He takes the doll and this will do. We can bind her to the object. I'm going to need everyone to be at hand. She will try everything she can to get out. So, Robin, you're going to be trying to break your bonds the entire time. There's no more. I don't know what a good skill would be for this. Maybe just like straight dex rolls to try to slip your bond.
Not athletics? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Trying to think. I normally would revert to like escape artist. This is where my 3rd edition brain takes over.
Let's do a dex check.
So I think I'm just going to go straight dex check with this one.
Okay.
To try to wriggle your way out, unless you're trying to like break your bonds, in which case athletics might work. So 3, 8. Now it's not going to be good enough. The hits keep on coming. I'm going to say the DC for this is going to be 15. They did spend quite a while tying you up, and then. So just periodically make me one of those and we'll see. We're going to play with a loose initiative order, just kind of doing that. Anyone else want to help out? Lucian's like, someone can hold her, or you can take this. He's like, he's pretty,
Now we trust him.
Okay. In that case, he sets the doll. He like tears open Robin's vest and sets the doll on Robin's chest, and kind of like takes another like towel or something and ties it there to make sure that it stays.
I will feast on your soul.
Oliver, maybe you sing, make the ghost happy.
Sure. Joego, no problem. No problem.
Ghost, easy. Oliver, really good singer.
And I'll get out my kind of viola and go to town a little bit and kind of humming a little bit of tune. Stay, stay, stay inside. Please stay inside. And then I'm just kind of going along there.
Lucian starts to whistle along, just almost absent-mindedly, his gaunt figure, sort of slightly dancing to the tune.
You have no tone and have no ear for melody.
That's enough out of you. I will put a gag on you if you keep that up.
Yes, gag Robin. Gag the ghost.
How about Jardon? What are you just sort of like standing by?
He'll be weaving in his magics as needed with guidance on this and that, and
Gotcha.
Being available.
All right. So the four of you stand over your friend Robin as Lucian goes through the motions of his exorcism. Lucian is a former member of the Inheritors of Ket, a group of death cultists and aesthetics that sort of live somewhere in the Undercity. He left because he likes eating and being alive, but he's very comfortable around the undead. And as he goes about his exorcism, the room kind of gets that same feel that it did whenever he channeled Zelakai's spirit. Frost begins to form on the stuff in the kitchen and the windows and the floor. It gets noticeably cold. Breath comes out in great big puffs. And how about you give me one more roll. So in the last minutes of the ritual, as Lucian is drawing the spirit out of Robin and chanting, and the pots are rattling on the ceiling, and he's this low sort of throaty hum. One of Robin's hands slips its bonds, and I don't know. What's Robin going to do with that? What's Daronia going to do with that free hand?
She's going to try to. I'm going to try to rip. How close is Lucian to me? Is he
Lucian's
within reach?
right over here. Yeah, it's within reach.
I'm trying to reach into his mouth and rip his tongue out.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll. His AC is like 11.
Okie dokie.
Here comes the nat 20.
I know, right?
So
Here comes the highest roll of the night, like by far.
I'm just gonna roll a dagger. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not technically proficient in unarmed attacks, right?
I don't think so.
Everyone is.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone is now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind.
What system are we playing again?
I don't remember.
I forget. We're playing just generic Dungeons and Dragons.
If we could react while he's doing that.
Yes, you can.
Highest roll of the night. Highest fucking roll of the night.
All right. So you've got Lucian by his jaw, right?
Yeah,
he bites down on Robin's fingers as hard as he can.
Oh shit!
Go. What's that, Jardon? You were gonna attempt to react. This is all just happened.
Yeah. So in reaction to that, he'd like to. I'm going to use my other shape change to turn into
Robin takes a damage.
An enormous crab swiftly and bring down a claw to pin him down in place.
Sweet.
So, to hold him tightly, and it's gonna be one of these. Crab. Here we go.
Come on, let the crab snip off his hand.
Dude, Jardon is like by far the most powerful character.
Moon druids, man. Oh yeah.
That probably just totally snips off his hand at the wrist.
Yeah, I mean, he's restrained. You'd get advantage on that attack.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You've got Robin at your mercy at this point.
He'll just hold him in place so Lucian can finish.
Okay. It's a let's see here real quick.
Bind his hands, Joego, bind his hands.
Lucian with the assistance of our Jardon in crab form. And how, Joego, are you still eating lunch?
I am, but I'm looking at the crab longingly.
You need a bigger pot for this crab. Lucian pulls Robin's mouth out of Robin's hand out of his mouth and spits blood on the floor and just like finishes his incantation. Is just like draws the spirit out, and it comes out in like this ropey gooey
Taffy?
sort of like gack or Nickelodeon slime.
Evil taffy.
Yeah, and it just like as he's pulling away the doll, it's sort of like this ropey tendril that comes and gets sucked up into the doll, and it's like this giant sponge of evil that's like dripping out of the seams, and it's all oily and oozy, and he just kind of like slops it down in a bucket and puts a lid on it. Puts like a plate over the bucket. She'll be trapped there for some time, but it won't hold her permanently. He's like wiping the blood off of its mouth. Robin is himself.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. You have to bite me. Oh.
No.
And can you please let me up?
Yeah, he starts putting her up.
Joego really thought ghosts would be much scarier.
He's like, well, you can free to, well, not here, but elsewhere. But if you do, don't call me afterwards. I would keep it in the doll for as long as you can.
It's not going to make the doll move, is it?
Are we going to need a dollhouse?
It might. You can, and there. It's not long after there's like the bucket starts to shake.
How about Jardon? Listen, I know you were keen on the doll, but I would prefer not to have nightmares tonight. So how about the bottle instead? Could we speak to it if it was in the bottle, Lucian?
If it's in the bottle or in the doll, if you know the ritual to call it forth, then you should be able to speak to it.
Right,
Curio's just like in the next room, like, yeah. That's the one that we were. That's the one that we were going to perform later.
Well then,
Did anybody remember to grab the locket? Oh, God. I need to brush my soul out. Oh, God.
I thought Robin had grasped the locket.
I did, but do I still have it?
But yes, you still have it.
Okay. I pry it out of my clenched hand and like hand it over to Curio. Here. Oh, God.
All right.
Anything to drink?
Yeah, he picks up a half-empty wine bottle off the floor.
I down it.
Okay.
Shifting back out of crab form, he tells the others, "Remember, we must talk to her. She is very lost, and we need to find information, maybe help her find peace. Yes, I know she is scary, but..."
Jardon is right. She should be at peace. Who knows how long she's been, well, since the conflagration, she's been festering in that building. If we could bring her peace, that would be the benefit to everyone, I think.
We want to discover what she knows about binding demons. Would you like to learn this too, Lucian?
He gives it a thought for a second. I'm afraid if I knew more about binding demons, that the temptation to use them would be too great. This is perhaps knowledge that's I do not seek out this time. Binding of ghosts is more than enough for me. He's like cleaning up his kitchen.
Joego's definitely peeking under that plate.
Are you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
He's curious.
All right. Joego's gonna peek under this plate.
Where's my gear at, Oliver?
Right here, my friend.
I'm gonna start.
How much of the do you remember?
Have Joego make me a dex save. DC 13.
Let me. Can I see your hand?
The doll tries to jump out as soon as you lift the plate up. Yeah, but you're faster than the doll.
So Joego's holding the doll and he's kind of looking at it. Where you try to go, little doll? Do you need a house?
Yes, but what are you getting? Put me down, you brutish little creature.
Sort of like spitting, and this little like black oily flecks are all over Jogo's head.
Just get me out of this right now.
Very, very angry. I know what you need, and then I can take it to the kitchen and I start trying to feed it like finger sandwiches.
It's like just like trying not to.
Even better. I know what good for soul, and I go find the chicken soup.
Oh God. There's like a pot of some kind of stew or something boiling on the kettle or the the fireplace there. She's like waterboard it with stew.
Joe, it okay, little doll, it okay.
It's like just as it
soup for soul, soup good for soul.
It tries it can't die, so I guess that's the good part. You can't drown it.
Tell your friends, guys. Saber dice.
Saber dice. Thank you.
All right, can we get this over with? I feel sorry for that doll right now.
And I thought I was going to have a session where we didn't get gross or weird, but whatever. All right. So while Joe goes over there torturing the ghost doll, and everybody else is Robin's collecting his gear, getting himself back up.
I'm having a suit up scene a la Commando.
Yes, absolutely.
As I'm like handing a knife over to him, and then he like loads it up, and I hand another one over. I'm just like, so whose fucking idea was it to go talk to a ghost?
Whose idea was it?
Yes, was that Curios? Remind me to kill him later.
I guess technically it was technically it was Zelikai's idea, not mine. No need to kill me.
Well, remind me to kill him again.
We should think of what we want to ask. It will not stay happy long.
Well, we need to give a description of this demon and see if at least they can identify it. That's a good place to start.
Also, the brain-sucking part is probably important.
Yeah, that too.
All right. Lucian explains that you'll probably have a day at the most that it will stay in the doll. More than that, the necrotic energy of the ghost will rot the doll, and eventually it will destroy the bonds and break free of it. You could keep it in a magic circle. That would trap it for longer.
By longer, do you mean permanently?
Yeah, if you were able to keep the magic flowing into the circle permanently, then you could trap it there indefinitely. Yes.
So what about the long game?
The long game with a ghost like this, you could expose it to enough radiant light to dissolve it completely. You could banish it back to the netherworld, or you could find out what it wants and give it to her.
Lucian, listen, you are a very practiced man in your art. Are you capable of banishing a ghost, a spirit like this?
Perhaps one not this powerful, a poltergeist or something that comes in your house and moves your shoes, maybe.
Jardon, what about yourself? You are quite a savant, if I do say so. Is that something you're capable of doing?
Would have to think a long time. Not ever really deal with spirits.
Well, great then. We'll just
Why don't we ask her what she wants?
have a tag along.
Yes, we have time to talk if we say right things, make her friendly. You're too good at talking.
Little Dolly, what you want? More chicken soup?
Now, you fool! Put me down!
I don't think I can do that. Maybe
it's like with its mushy doll arms is smacking against your brawny arm.
Joego, try. Tell me what I want.
Never in my wildest dreams, Jim Davis, did I think playing with WebDM and Dawnforged Nerdarchy in a game would end up with this doll scene that's going on. Thank you.
Well, I mean, this is the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons is that I didn't know this was going to happen when we an hour ago, when we even started playing. So that's why I fucking love this game. All right. So Jogo's got the doll. You got a day.
Daronia. What killed you? What do you want?
The fire killed me, you fool. Give me a host.
Okay, what else do you want?
A body, warm flesh to consume, to host, to inhabit. I seek to regain what was lost, what was taken from me.
What was taken from you?
My life.
Yeah, you were into demons, right?
Just like this little doll rumbles deep.
Joego is petting it with his index finger.
Like it tries to get away, but there's, it's a doll. It does no bone or muscle, or it's
Listen,
almost adorable.
You're not great at negotiating, are you? Are you? I take it you're not very practiced. Typically, we give a little, you give a little, right? You see how this goes?
What is it that you want, then?
I kind of look back over to Jardon and Curio.
Zelkai. He is dead. One. The fool. The idiot. It's good riddance.
Did you know what he was up to these last 18 months or 2 years or however long it's been?
Yes, I did.
Did he come to you?
He came to me. The coward would not share in his power, but he came to me looking for answers. I warned him of the risks.
Well, he should have heeded them. So you were right there.
It is a little satisfaction.
Do you know what exactly he was trying to summon?
Find me a host, and I will tell you everything.
Okay, I tell you what, we'll at least get on that. And I'll look over to Lucian and be like, "Hey, do you have like a recently dead host?" And like give him a wink, I can do a deception if you like.
Yeah, if you're trying to be on the sly.
Yeah. It's basically like,
I mean, her perception's kind of shit, what with the button eyes and everything. Jeez, man.
You did say if we got another 4, we would get inspiration.
Yeah, that's right.
I did say that. I was hoping you'd have a streak of force going, but you've been, I'd say surviving the. I mean, I don't know. I never give out inspiration. You know me, Pruitt. But
I know.
You can have one if you want it.
Well, then I'm going to use it.
Don't take it. Don't do it. It's a trap.
It's another 4.
That was the best ever.
Dude, you cannot script that. Or maybe you can script that. I don't know.
I would like Fantasy Grounds on the phone right now. I want a refund.
Doug is somewhere laughing his ass off at all of us.
You were distracted because Joego has pulled out Badger the ferret, and has Badger. He's leading Badger around the table with one finger, and he has the dial on Badger's back. Okay. This make you happy? You ride Badger.
Be careful.
Yeah, it just leaves a greasy stain on Badger's back. It's like one of those greasy stains that takes like a week to get out.
Joego wouldn't notice. He may try buttering his bread with that.
Wait, you're buttering your bread with the doll?
He's buttering his bread with ectoplasm.
Not bad.
That's not any better. That's not better.
Well, if you're allergic to ghosts, that's how you build up a resistance.
I don't know. Maybe
honey.
There's like, it's like honey. Yeah.
Is that like what is it? Iocane powder?
Yeah.
It's part of the desensitization protocol.
Exactly. That's a good creepy doll. Yeah. So it's Lucian is like, mean, you could let it possess a corpse if that's what you wanted, but it would not satisfy her. I don't think there's no possessing a corpse is not a pleasant experience. He seems to say from experience.
Does she need to know this?
I'm like, I can always put her back in the bucket.
Great. Listen, Daronia, darling, we. Yes, here to you too. Listen, we have some arrangements that we're going to be making, so we will trade you the answers of our dearly beloved departed luminary in the city for your body. But first, our answers. And I promise you, on my mother's grave, that we will give you a body.
Your mother's grave means little to me.
Well, how about your grave? Did you get one? We'll give you a grave.
You got like, its little button eyes shake.
Well, what would you like, darling? What would you like? Let's. I understand you're upset. Things ended rather hot for you, which I'm sure was a dreadful experience, you know. And so, let's have an exchange. Yes.
Speak to me as an equal, and I will be happy to exchange. Let me go. Can I speak with my friends one moment, please?
We would like to pull the others off to the side.
Just
We'll
one
go in the
moment,
other room.
lovely.
Okay.
Yes, Jardon.
I must say, it is very sad that she cannot get what she has lost. Should we promise her something we will not give? Can you not use your silver tongues to say, accept her fate? It is so sad. She will be so angry for so long.
True, but she hasn't been very pleasant.
Wait. Does this mean Joego can't keep the doll?
Well, maybe once we're done with it, you can keep the doll.
Oh no, Joego like it like this. She funny.
Most certainly cannot keep the doll.
Yeah, it's gonna be unusable in a day, and then she'll be in you.
I just look at you perplexed.
Joego, do you want to get possessed like I was possessed?
Oh no, I do not want to be angry. Robin was so angry.
I was very angry. I'm sorry about that.
Joego, listen, I understand you want to do what's right by her. And, you know, under different circumstances, maybe we could go that route. But I tell you what, I'm willing to give it a shot. But if it doesn't work, then we do the old switcheroo. Give her the dead body, and then we make the necessary arrangements. Agreed?
You want to trick the doll?
No, never trick. I will give her a body.
It's
Not my body.
we have big problem. Yes.
But then the
Demon.
body will be angry.
Demon bigger problem than little body, yes. But if we can, no, it would be good. But you know best to talk. I will be here to help as you need.
Lucian's in the next room, just messing with the doll.
Robin, do you have a better idea?
Well, I mean, I was hoping, you know, the people that burned down her house, are they still alive? Do we know?
So what you know about the Great Conflagration was two drunk pyromancers showing off, set the whole neighborhood on fire, and it was actually the one of the luminaries who helped put out the fire. Krotos, the hobgoblin, another pyromancer, helped put it out. So you know that one of the pyromancers didn't didn't make it. He died. He perished in the conflagration, and the other was driven out of the city in shame and disgust.
Well, I was gonna say we could offer to kill the remaining pyromancer and see if that puts her at rest.
I want to give her a dead body, and I'm the bad guy, and he's just like, we can fucking kill the other guy. Look if that'll make her happy.
Hey,
So when we go back into the other room, Joego will be a little crestfallen and sad as like all the talking kind of like coalesces in his brain. He figures out what's going on, and he's going to go back to the doll and pick it up and kind of cuddle it. And there's a tear running down his cheek.
It's just snarling and you know, it's like, you know, an evil Teddy Ruxpin kind of thing, trying to get free of your grasp.
It's okay, little dog. It's okay. Joego got me down. It's okay. It's okay. Joego got you. Listen to Jardon. Jardon's so smart.
He's the Lucian has is over in the kitchen, just sort of watching everybody.
Is anybody else hearing that echo? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah, I'm hearing an echo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Cody is working on it.
Oh, okay.
Got some audio troubles.
Audio troubles from the bard.
Would it be anything, you know, like audio troubles are always audio's always the problem.
We could announce the starting lineup right now. And now. No.
All right, let's we'll give Cody just a second while he gets this fixed. So Lucian was messing around with the doll, hands it over to Joego. Joego's cradling it. Jardon has decided to support the group in their decision and is being the voice of compassion during this debate. Robin, cold-hearted as ever, offers to murder someone else in exchange.
I wasn't going to actually murder them. I was going to say we should say that we would do that. And maybe...
So you're going to lie about murdering someone?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a rogue.
Of course. So the offer is, let me make sure I understand it. The offer is you're going to transfer her essence, her spirit, into a dead body, which she would then possess in exchange for the information about the demon and sort of what she talked about with Zelikai. Do I understand you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's got to give up the information first.
If they are able to somehow talk her into accepting her fate, that was my encouragement. But I understand if that's not going to happen.
Gotcha.
Well, hey, Cody. I mean, sorry.
Whoa, now.
Just shattered that. Anyway.
Well, I've already taken the doll over to Jardon and told it to listen to him.
Okay.
So smart.
I mean, the whole time it's like a little.
Do I need to negotiate, or do I need to have Jardon do it, since he's the most earnest?
I think Jardon was wanting you to do it because you're the most skilled at it. If I understood Jardon correctly.
Yeah, but he's willing. Why don't I mean, I can do my own role play, and then I'll guidance you or aid you, kind of in finalizing it.
I mean, like if the two of you tag team, then
I think the plan is still to do what Jardon wants, right? The plan,
Gotcha.
That's the first plan, is to get her to accept her death.
Yes.
So yeah, let's do that.
All right. What's your pitch?
I know you are very angry, and rightly so. Great life taken from you so suddenly by such bad, uncaring people. But you live on now. It is not life. It is not right. You will not find what you are seeking. You can do one more good thing. Many people, many will die if we cannot control the demon. Many will perish, and you can help us stop this. And I know you are mad, but you do good thing. You may rest. You may find happy one more time.
Well,
The entire time that you're that Jardon is talking to the doll, it quiets down and stops wriggling. I mean, you can still feel malice and just pure rage as you hold it, but it doesn't. By the end of it, it stopped snarling and is inert in your hands. Looks like a doll.
It was foolish of Zelachai to summon the creature. Very well. I cannot be brought back, but I can make do. Ask your questions.
Kind of point over to Jardon and Robin, like, go for it.
Well, do you know what type of demon that Zelachai summoned? Like, what are we dealing with? Do you know that?
I know the demon's name.
Oh. Yeah, we got that. Right?
Bagnaptishkotten Amangud.
Yeah, that was it. Right. Opaki.
It is a demon of sorcery. A creature of pure magic that feeds off of the power of others.
Are there any particular qualities whenever you look at this demon that affect people? Like, does it affect people by looking at it?
It has many powers, but nothing that would affect you looking at it, although it can appear as it wishes.
We were given a scroll and a gem to bind it. How could we do such a thing?
A suitable vessel could trap its essence, much in the same way that I am trapped in this doll. If the vessel is strong enough, it can be kept there indefinitely.
Hold up the gem.
Like this.
The doll turns its head and Daronia looks at it.
My perception is clouded, but it looks suitable to me.
Very important. This pot keep demon from eating brain.
That pot will not save you.
Have you ever heard of? Does this demon like to devour subjects' brains? I mean, like, is that something? Zelachai had a hole in the back of his head, and his brains were sucked out.
The demon would feed off of his essence, his anima. Its physical form is nothing to it. It might devour his flesh for its own pleasure, but not of any necessity.
Daronia, darling, how well did you know Zelachai?
I knew the coward well enough.
That's fantastic. So, did you also know Uther? Can he be trusted?
Uther can be trusted to serve his own ends.
Do you know anything about his behind-the-scenes desires?
Wealth, influence.
Which
He
would
is,
probably.
He is a petty man filled with jealousy against those who might rival him.
And
Well, he did-
Isadora?
I have never met Isadora. She is a mystery.
How could we track or find the demon? It is likely hiding, yes.
It will be difficult to track. No magic can work against it. No magic that a mortal wields, at least. You must find its identity that it is assumed.
You see, you said no magic that a mortal could wield. What about someone from the other side? Is there any way that you could be of assistance to us? I've heard stories of networks of information behind the veil.
There are other spirits and demons who could take it, but you would have to bring them into this world, bind them yourself.
What about you? Perhaps someone who might feel as though they have some unfinished business might make use of their time on the other side to gather this information in exchange for said business being taken care of.
If you wish for me to assist you in this, you will have to provide me something other than a corpse to inhabit. I need life.
Darling, it's not going to happen. But maybe there are other things that we could do for you. Notes, messages passed on. Legacies built.
She, as the doll, she points towards Lucian and says, "This one knows one who would serve as a host."
I'll look over at Lucian, cock an eyebrow.
He's like finishing his lunch that you guys interrupted. I'm like,
Me?
she's right. I know someone.
Oh?
And is that a wise decision, Lucian?
Perhaps not very wise, but perhaps given the situation and the need for allies, not so foolish.
Will that person get angry?
Jardon, is it worth the information?
He probably would not be angry and might welcome the experience.
Who is this paragon of adventure?
There are a great many where from
You telling about your
my former life.
Ah, right.
A thrill seeker, I assume, yes?
Well,
Joego don't like to judge, but your friends are weird.
Yes, they hate life.
they
Seek to extend their existence. Without it, they are a curious bunch.
Jardon, tell me, is this information worth the possibilities?
Though I understand, yes, she seeks answers in the realm beyond, and we give her willing body for this.
And as such, it could put us on the right track to protecting the city from this wandering menace who is powerful enough to take down a luminary.
Yes, must discover quickly or more will die. I feel it is not right deep, but right for now.
Joego learned something very important. We need better pots.
Yes, well,
The doll's standing there with its arms crossed, looking at you.
Mrs.
nod as a
Vitellius, I believe we have, and I kind of look back to confirm with Robin first, a deal. And I'll reach my hand out. But we need an answer within a day.
I will get you your answer. All right, so let me be clear. What's the question that you're asking her for?
She said that we needed to have we needed to find them in their true form and to be able to track them. So that's what we need. We need the ability to track them and what the demon is doing behind the scenes.
The ability to track a demon that can appear as anyone and is immune to mortal magic.
For tracking purposes.
Yeah, I mean, if it can appear as anyone, then, you know.
Being like, it's in the market, that doesn't do us shit.
Right.
Well, and if it could find out who its compatriots are, if it has any, that might be some valid information. Who sucked out Zelakai's brains? Who was the other creepy fucker that nobody could look at without getting a headache? You know, the people that can't change their form might be easier to track than this thing that can. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So that's like you're asking Geronia within a day in exchange for a living person to possess, to find a way to track down the demon, specifically, not just like it's in the general area, but like to identify it, and then, if possible, a way to track down its any other allies that it has.
This is such a bad idea.
Oh, it's a horrible one.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
If she's willing,
This is so bad. Let's do
it
it.
should help us a lot. We don't really have. I mean, we can just go and interrogate the other luminaries, but having some evidence, some direction to go, I think would be really helpful.
But
Very
it still
true.
doesn't make it a good idea.
Okay.
I mean, she could once again show her prowess and power, and I'll kind of be talking to them, but say it loud enough for the doll to hear. She is a renowned demonologist, so we'll see just how good she really is.
She's a renowned demonologist who she knows a lot, but in life she couldn't even cast a firebolt. She just knows a bunch about them.
Right.
Although who knows what she'll get up to as a ghost. Could be great. Could be a great time for her. She's staring at you the whole time as you guys are making this discussion. Lucian is packing up another satchel. He has a look of sort of I don't know what the word is. He gives a look of sort of concern on his face as he's packing up.
I'm gonna nod him to the next room away from the doll, and be like, "You can find somebody that has no magical talent, right?"
I can lead you to them. If it's the one that I'm thinking of, it was not the first time he'd serve as a host for one of these. It is a favorite pastime of them. We just didn't part on very good terms.
Well, bringing this deal back to them, though, that's a way to get back in the good graces, right? I mean, it's what they want.
Yes. I just hope it doesn't come back to bite us.
I mean, what could go wrong? We're just giving a ghost a body to run around in and be free.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to laugh to keep from crying.
He approaches and says, we should make this agreement official, and produces a small knife that he pricks his finger with. He passes it to the next person on his left.
I take it and I cut the sandwich I was eating in half.
It's like and eat your blood, Joego.
Why you need Joego blood?
We'll bind the agreement to prevent her from going back on it. Prevent us from going back on it as well.
What did Joego got to do now?
Just a drop of your blood, Joego. He's got that in like a little like a piece of paper.
Okay, so Joego turns to Jardon. Jardon, this good?
It is for helping all the orphans and little people. It is not best, but it is good.
Okay, Joego, do it.
Okay.
And pass the knife.
All right.
I'll just use the blood from the finger that Lucian bit.
Okay.
All's well that ends well. And yeah, I'll sign as well.
All right. And then at some point, the doll, someone has to poke it enough so that ectoplasm oozes out onto the paper next to your drops. I'm assuming Jardon does well. Lucian takes the paper and mutters a few words of power over it, and it burns up to ash in on like a ceramic plate. Well, that's the oath. It will bind us for as long as the pact remains. With a sigh of resignation, he steps out the door. Curio is...
Wait, Lucian left us with the doll that's only going to be here for like a day in the doll?
Yeah,
he's going to go get a guy, or well, actually, technically, he's like, well, he'll lead. I thought the agreement was he would lead you to them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
One of you is going to have to carry the doll.
I've had enough of that doll.
I mean, those
Totally
ghosts.
carrying the doll.
All right,
Sad.
Joego carries the doll. Okay. It insists on like, getting a good view. It doesn't want to be tousled about or anything like that.
It's not part of the deal.
Joego will put the doll in the pot he's now carrying.
Okay.
Since it's no longer useful for protecting his brain.
Yeah, that's true. She rides along in the pot as Lucian leads you down a couple of back alleys and an old staircase that he have to step over a bum that's napping there, and takes you down into the Undercity, past sewage tunnels and old basements, leading you to a part of the Undercity where the inheritors have their quarters. And the whole time he's quiet. He's not his usual jokey gallows humor, everything's cool kind of self. And he leads you into their territory. Anyone? What's everybody's? What are y'all up to? What are you doing? Is there marching order? Any particular thing that you're doing now that you're down in the Undercity?
I'll get out Gerard.
Get out Gerard. Okay.
Yeah. Mask, scroll tube, cloak.
Either way. Okay.
Would we have considered that little interaction a short rest? Short enough or not?
Yeah, there's enough time to have passed for a short rest. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
That gets some things back.
Gotcha.
But not spells. So running low on those guys.
Okay.
But otherwise, yes. Going quietly. If this is probably a section of the Undercity he doesn't know or frequent much.
Yeah, the section that the inheritors have their basically what amounts to like a monastery in is well marked, and maybe not some place that you would go in.
What could we know about them ahead of time?
So they practice a form of self-mummification, and basically they don't eat. They don't. You see them on the street corners all the time. The inheritors, sort of the lower-ranking ones, practice their self-mortification just out in public. The ones that live down here are those that have either achieved sentient undeath and are living in quiet contemplation, or are on the verge of it. Those that don't and die before they achieve undead sentience are animated as zombies and kept as guards, servitors, things like that.
So oftentimes Joego and the children, we'd find like random cloth and stuff and wrap ourselves up like these guys, kind of like pretend to be them.
Yeah, like everybody sees them. They're gaunt, emaciated. I mean, Lucian himself is like a stick, even though he eats like a horse. And but yeah, the ones that are hardcore are attempting to basically achieve lichdom without having to do the hard work of it. And not many of them succeed. So you can expect to find the animated dead down here.
Oh, joy.
Do we expect them to be hostile, or we've got a guide, so we'll be okay?
As long as Lucian's with you, he reassured you, just stick close, don't wander away.
But if for some reason he wasn't here, we would expect them to be hostile?
You would expect them to be hostile, if only because you're up in their territory.
Okay.
Normally they're not. They don't. They're, as far as death cults go, they're kind of pleasant. They don't, they don't recruit aggressively. But they do keep undead guards, just to keep the riffraff out, that kind of thing.
Those pleasant death cults,
Right.
Find a spot with shady graves.
Mm-hmm. Lucian guides you through a maze of tunnels and sort of underground chambers, and it's you hear the monks and the inheritors before you ever see any of them. It's a low chant that sort of echoes through the hall, and then eventually you hear the shuffle of shambling corpses that patrol these hallways. They are gaunt, skeletal creatures in the midst of decay. Most of them wear the robes that they died in, the robes and wrappings that they wore in life. Some of the figures, they move like dark shadows through the corridors down here. You can see skeletal faces, bits of rotting flesh falling off of them. And then sort of out of a gaggle of one of these groups of shambling corpses, one of them peels off and heads right towards you, and draws back its hood. And you can see that it is a human of who knows how old, seemingly ancient. You got that kind of stretched skin look, like just there's no fat on him at all. It's just bone and skin and sinew. And he makes an arcane sign at Lucian. Lucian returns the gesture and bows. We come in peace. I
will emulate his gesture and bow as well. Yes, come in pieces.
There's a open the door. Here's the Steve. The monk approaches you, and with gnarled hands, reaches out towards Lucian, and Lucian hands him 2 silver coins. Lucian speaks. We seek Tertius. We have an offer to make him. This Wraith wishes to use him as a host. And in the interest of not having 2 NPCs talk at each other, you don't
want to golem it up?
Yeah, not necessarily do that.
Just talk like the doll some more. That's fine.
The doll's gone mysteriously quiet now that you've gone in here, and it just seems like an inert, doll that's in the pot that Joego has. The silent monk that Lucian gave the coins to leads you further into the monastery, and you see them. They're in a giant chamber. They're all sitting in these 2 concentric rings around each other. They're stripped except like little loincloths that they wear. Some of them are bandaged up. They've got their robes hanging on pegs behind them. There's maybe 30 or so of them, attended to by the walking dead that fill the tunnels.
There's one of them named Coral.
Robin, you think they get cold?
I think that they're cold all the time, but I don't think they mind.
Yeah, I mean, you can see them. They're it's like you can see their ribs, their stomachs are just like completely sunken in. They look like they're deliberately, slowly killing themselves.
Should Joego cook something? They look hungry.
Lucian looks back at Joego. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I think that would be akin to drawing a weapon.
They've forsworn food, Joego. They do not eat.
Now, why would they do such a thing?
Oh, they do not eat. I thought you said they wear food.
He's like, no, Joego. That's no.
Joego, just try help.
Try it out. One of the silent monk that was leading you walks over to one of the monks that's meditating, and he stands up afterwards, and he looks just absolutely miserable. Seems in pain as he's getting up. It's difficult. Two zombies shuffle over and assist him with walking over towards you. His muscles are so atrophied he can barely walk. And Lucian is like, this is Tertius Rogata, a host. Make your case to him. And he gestures.
I kind of wait for a minute. Does anybody here speak up?
Oh, go for it.
No, Oliver. There's like elbows Oliver forward.
Yes. Well, you see, Tertius, right? Tertius. Or do you prefer Rogata? Listen, my friends and I, my associates, we're in a bit of a pickle, really. We're looking for someone, and we've been told that it was you that fancies the thrills and excitement of, being possessed by an angry wraith. Is that perchance the case? Because if so, let me tell you, I have an opportunity of a lifetime.
No, Oliver. Wraith used to be angry. Now he's not going to be so
Oh, yes,
angry.
I didn't mean very docile, really. I mean, unless you're into that sort of thing, in which case, foul-mouthed and everything. Yes, I'm sorry. And I'm kind of waiting for him to respond.
Uh-huh. It's like one eye is like all cataract over, milky and cloudy, and sort of like looks at you with his good eye. I will be pleased.
Just curious, do you lift often? You don't look like you're. Never mind. Well then, yes, I didn't mean to fall wobble the conversation. We'll be back in a day or so.
Where is the spirit?
Joego presents
not around.
Right? What?
Oh, she's we left her in Lucian, right? We left her in the bottle, right? Lucian, yes? We left no, not the bottle. Listen, we left that's just a doll. Listen, we left
Joego like hands the pot with the doll in it to the monk.
Pretty much. And he warns the monk, though, the pot will not help your brain from brain.
Robin, I know we left her up top, didn't we, Robin? Didn't we leave her in the bottle up top? And I'm kind of pointing at the doll, snag it.
He's the monk's like one of the zombies is reaching out to grab the doll to bring towards the monk. I mean, it's a zombie, it's slow and clumsy.
I mean, I can try to snatch the doll and be like, hey, that's for my kid sister.
Okay, so Robin snatches the doll out of the pot.
Yeah.
But we stab finger and everything.
Right, for the bottle, right? Remember? He must
So you
have
guys, are you guys
taken...
reneging on your oath that you...
Oh, no, we're going to do it, but she's going to give us information first.
So
So in
All
that case, since I have the doll, I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna like look down at it and be like, "There's your body." So we need some info.
It animates it back. It's sort of like you can see it kind of like shake it out. It's sort of like its head and
Oh, by the gods!
and arms wiggle.
Yes. Hurry up. What is it?
Oh, well, look at
I would
that.
like to drink from this bottle.
Have you found anything out?
It's
Yes. I can fashion an object that will let you detect the creature.
Oh, so you have a demon detector that you can build?
Yes.
It's not like a couple of those sticks that finds water, is it?
No.
Too bad. They work really well.
Of course they do, Joego. Yes.
No. But you will be able to see it in its true form.
Is that all you found out?
It was not a lot of time you gave me. These things do take a while.
You see, so Tertius, we'll be back on the morrow once we have the rest of the information, and you can be back to your old spry 20-year-old self in no time.
That is acceptable.
Splendid.
Okay. So I'll look at the doll and be like, so now you know. It's all ready for you. So do your best. I believe.
Tertius and the doll share a soulful glance.
Oh, we're ready to ship them.
Mm-hmm.
All by myself.
Don't wanna be. So you guys booking out of there then?
Yeah. As long as we have, a guarantee of safe passage.
Yeah. There's no problem.
I think Jardon would like to talk to Lucian just a second, ask him a question on the way out.
Okay.
Why you saw a way of leaving these people? Did you not try and bring them with you? They clearly are seeking something which I feel should not be found.
He speaks in hushed tones as you're walking out. The inheritors, I am fascinated by death and what lies beyond. They are obsessed with it. They believe life is a prison and that their only way to escape is to divest themselves of all emotion and passion. But I say life is for living. And my curiosity was satisfied in my time with them. But there are some here who would see me harmed for betraying the tenets of their order.
I think Lucian just liked to eat.
He gives Joego a firm, manly clasp on the shoulder and says, "Yes, Joego."
Ham sandwich is very good.
Yes.
Or perhaps squirrel stew.
Squirrel stew, ham sandwiches, vegetables, cakes. I love it all.
This truly what led you away? To eat?
To eat, it's the hunger drives many of them mad. They don't last. They chew their own tongues off in hunger. And he's like pointing at the zombies around you.
Perhaps when all is saved, Joego and I make them big feast, and they happy.
Oh,
Lucian looks at Jardon and says, "I'm afraid that might do more harm than good."
Jardon, I am not a wise man, but it seems to me that a feast put together by the one and only Jardon would be better spent on the children than these lost souls who had their opportunities. Just my thoughts.
Maybe not so lost. One can hope.
Jardon find. Good finder if they lost.
Big feast when we save city and demon. Yes, big feast, right?
I should hope so. It's been too long since I've had a feast.
We make very fresh, very good vegetables. They grow in my special gardens. In crisp and aroma is and Joego find most choice meats from hidden places in the streets. Very good.
Lucian's mood seems to have noticeably improved with the talk of feasting and treats. You know, he loves them. By the time you guys have left the territory of the inheritors of Ket, he's back to his old self, cracking jokes and talking about all the different kinds of dishes that Jardon's going to make. And he's like, I've never heard of any of those. That sounds delicious. I mean, earthy perhaps, but I'll try anything.
You cracked the code, Andrew.
You will try anything. Yes. I make big point to have diversity of palate. Yes.
Absolutely. I find that those that don't want to sample new delights are limiting themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we agree. Yes, complete. Yes,
absolutely. He's happy to talk Jardon's ear off about all the kinds of culinary delights that are in store. Not like these Philistines who don't appreciate it.
Yeah, Robin will just kind of sneak ahead to recon, just like shake his head.
The areas surrounding the inheritors' monastery are usually clear. You know, their reputation is enough that most people don't really try to mess with them. So you don't get much of the Thieves Guild running around here, the Slayers Brotherhood, or anything like that. That's in other parts of the Undercity. You make it out, and it's getting to be sort of the afternoon. The sun is just beginning to set beyond the horizon. The entire time, the doll has been silent, just utterly limp in the pot that Joego has. Give me an idea of what your next move is. I know some of y'all are running low on resources. You guys probably want to rest up for the evening. Curio had gone back to Zelikai's manse instead of following you down here. Are you guys going to lay low until Daronia comes back with the information that you need, or are you going to try to get up to something before she returns from the Netherworld?
Robin was probably going to spend some time on a roof near Zelikai's manse and just kind of keep a lookout, see if he sees anyone, casing the joint. I don't know, just a hunch he has.
Okay.
So maybe we can also powwow on, just to be clear of our objectives. So I'll do it out of character. Our next phase is really to find out basically which one of the luminaries is this hidden demon or knows about them kind of thing, and catch him in the act. I mean, we're demon hunting next.
I was kind of thinking scouting too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should, if Daronia can actually build us a demon detector, then yeah, I mean, I want to go ahead and start scouting out. I wouldn't mind going and talking to Uther, but I think we should probably have that first, just in case.
Maybe assess any other allies in the city that we could leverage, like Lucian, with notifying that there is a demon loose. Is there anybody else that we might be able to lean on?
We might also want, to maybe get some people to safety, or tell them to be prepared to flee to some sanctuary or something if demon fire starts erupting. I think maybe Jardon and Joego could work with the people for that.
Joego would probably start sending all of his urchin friends out to look for the demon. Not the demon, the guy that they couldn't look at.
Headaches.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We send the kids off for headaches too.
Okay.
You get a headache, come back and tell us, kids.
I there for a moment I was thinking you guys were going to bring the ghost back to the thing, and I was going to have it possess an orphan.
Oh, how dare you!
But kudos
Jim
for avoiding that.
Davis.
I mean, like,
Your
why
mother.
wouldn't I?
This is all the
Second
things
life.
that we heard of in the 90s. Demons possessing kids. Great.
Yes, right. I mean, like, that sounded like really fun when I heard about all that. So, I mean, that's just the kind of game I run.
So there's
And it's a
joke-
ghost, Cody, not a demon.
Oh, well, excuse me.
much different.
A ghost
Spirit.
possessing a kid to find a demon. Let's tell the media now.
So back at Zalgai's manse, I gather up the children. Children, go look for scary guy that gives headache. He is traveling with D-Man.
But to be very
But
careful.
don't go near. Don't go near. You just got to tell Joego where it is. Stay away.
Scooty the Pluck, ever the brash, and you know, he's that kid that volunteers for everything, and you know, does his homework on time, and he's always looking to impress the adults in the room, and be the boss. Starts organizing a posse to go search the streets. Small Sebastian tugs on Jogo's tunic.
Yes, small Sebastian.
I'm scared.
You should be scared. So if you see, run away to Joego.
I don't want to find the man again.
Oh well, you don't have to. You can stay here. It is okay.
He gives Joego a hug.
Joego will hug him back, and then I snatch up their leader, and I know how you is. You don't go near scary men. You see, and you run. You see, run.
I won't let you down, Joego.
Good boy.
We'll find this guy that gives out headaches. And but 6 of the orphans run off into the streets of the neighborhood as the sun sets over the Street of Spells. As I understand it, Robin is posted up on one of the nearby rooftops, just keeping a lookout. Everybody else was just kind of lay low. The plan is kind of, after you get the information from Daronia, to perhaps see what allies you can find, and then start doing some recon and maybe chatting up the luminaries to get some more information. I have you guys the plan right?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other allies that we had, maybe in the Arts District or something like that, to the north, we want to kind of head this thing. We want to see how isolated this is, if it's staying here in the Street of Spells or not.
Gotcha.
Ooh, I have. Do we want to do this quietly? Maybe, guys.
Yes, sure. Yes, that's the thing we want to do. If you have a great plan, let's do it.
Well, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna go in and pull out my backpack and change into my alternate identity.
Yes. So
Go back
you abandon your perch from.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will go back and change, and then step out in all of my finery. Oh, hello. I am Jariah Vandermouse. And shall we go and find what we can find? And just kind of does that thing where he just walks where his hands doesn't want to touch anything really, like especially the urchins.
Mm-hmm.
And go to the entertainment district, right?
Yeah, to the west is the theater district. Anybody going with
Fuck yes. Absolutely, we're gonna go. Yes, we're gonna go. I would not miss this.
Jardon
for
will
anything.
definitely stay at home.
All right.
That's a little too out there, and he'll be looking through the library and resting.
Okay. And then what's Joego up to?
Jogo's definitely going to follow along.
Okay.
Where Robin gets such fancy clothes from?
Joego, I buy them at the finest of clothing shops here in the city.
Robin get Joego nice clothes?
I can definitely get you a discount, Joego. I don't think it will really be it will offset the amount of fabric needed to cover your bulk, shall we say.
Like Joego starts pulling like pocket lint and crumbs out of his pockets and holding them up. Hopefully,
I think it will help. and then I'll just start delicately like walking out, trying not to step on the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And head towards the entertainment district.
Head towards the entertainment district.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joego will emulate his body movements to the best of his ability.
Okay.
Come along, Joego.
Oh, it's dreadful hot out here.
Yeah, very, very hot.
Where is the doll right now? Does anybody know?
Yeah, what'd you guys do with the doll?
It's in my pot.
It's still in the pot.
There could not be a more noble individual in the city than Vandermouse being followed along behind Joego with a ghost-possessed doll in his pot.
So, all right. We've got Jardon back at the manse, reading in the library, maybe doing some research. Small Sebastian and Curio are also puttering around the manse. Curio at this point is obsessively checking the wards and locks on every door. He can't seem to stop doing that once every hour or so. The rest of the three of you are made your way through. You've got Joego dressed up in some fancy duds, and Robin, you know through your alter ego that the place to be in high society right now is a rather upscale place that likes to pretend, put on airs of being sort of a rundown flop house. It is the suggestively named Deep Pillow is the name of this particular. I'm
sorry, Jim. We missed that. What was that? One more time.
It's called Deep Pillow.
I can't hear you, buddy. One more time.
Deep Pillow.
Let's travel to the Deep Pillow and catch a quick bite, shall we? Hmm?
It's a supper club and wine house just on the border between the Street of Spells and the Theater District, and it's the place to be. It's where patrons of the arts gather. I imagine someone like Oliver has certainly heard of a place like this and maybe even played it from time to time.
Oh sure. Oh yeah, I've been in the arts district. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So are any of you guys gonna let me know we're in disguise?
I don't think we are in disguise.
Well, I'm in disguise.
I think Robin's in disguise.
Robin's in disguise.
But yes, Joego, you look marvelous. Would you like me to call you by another name?
Joego can have another name.
You can have whatever you want. The night is yours. Take it.
I always wanted to be called Thomas.
Well, my dear Thomas. Sir Thomas, shall we? Hmm?
Sir Thomas?
Well, it only befits a man of your station. That's perfect, Andrew.
Oh
Joego is so happy that he found Vandermoose.
Yeah, sorry, my dear Sir Thomas, but it is Vandermouse.
Vandermouse.
Yes. Now, shall we revel? And with that, I'll kick the door open.
Lucian is staying at Zelikai's manse as well. He's gonna, stick with you, or stick with Jardon and
that's certainly believable.
orphans.
I'll let him make his big entrance.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just go in and just basically everybody that I know. From bugging them for donations for the orphanage, or if they work at clothing shops, or every place that I hit up getting information.
Mm-hmm.
I do the thing where you go in and do the room, like, oh, my dearest, you're looking ravishing this evening. Oh, Philip, you look marvelous. That vest befits you. And I'll make my way to the bar.
Gotcha. So the deep pillow is a 3-story affair. It's got like, real nice like stained glass windows, and you can hear lively music coming from it as the house band sort of plays in a corner. It's bustling this early in the evening. It's still the real party isn't going to get started here for another couple of hours, but it's they're warming up. There's it's not crowded, but it is full. There's still room to maneuver. And those of you who move in these kinds of circles, whether it's Vandermouse as in his role as sort of patron of the Briar Patch House, or Oliver as the entertainer extraordinaire, you recognize a lot of people here. These are sort of you're used to running in this circle. Joego, on the other hand, his finery notwithstanding, draws quite a few stairs, and so there's just sort of like the tinks of porcelain cups.
So I try to mimic Vandermouse's movements, but I end up bumping into things and knocking things over. And oh, Philip, you ravishing! Oh, you look so good. You lady handsome.
Oh, I do concur, my Sir Thomas. I do concur. Shall we move to the bar, though, for refreshments?
Yes, Joego, Sir Thomas. Let's go drink at the bar, refresh.
So you guys head to the bar. It's lively in here, and eventually, the people that you introduce Joego to, they are, what's the word? Impressed. And certainly not going to say anything in front of you. That would be gauche. And so they make with the nice and chit chat, and there's you guys are able to order whatever wine and hors d'oeuvres and whatever else that you want. Everybody seems to be waiting for a particular musician who's going to be coming on later, putting on a bit of a show. But right now it's just it's the
for every hors d'oeuvre,
early
like
evening.
3 go in my pocket.
Nice.
So is there live music going now?
There's live music going now. Yes.
All right. When I get a chance, I'm going to try to jump in there.
Oh, okay. My dear fellow, you should jump in with the band. They would be made better by your presence, for sure.
I mean, how do you approach there, Oliver?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull out the viola, pop up next to him, kind of give him the nod, and then just jump in.
Okay. This is your kind of place, yeah.
Oh yeah.
As soon as one of the band members, a goblin that you recognize as goes by the name of Ohi, looks at you and motions you to come on over. There's a lull in the music as you slip right in there and join the stage, and you have a commanding view of the room from this place.
That's exactly what I want to do. I just want to scout the room from the stage and let Robin and Joego take up all the attention and the focus over there, and I'm just going to kind of jump in, get on stage, and then just kind of soak it all in. Look for anybody that I need to be looking out for. If you get my drift.
Gotcha. There is you guys go through 2 or 3 sets, and most of the music here is lively but also kind of light, and it's a 3-piece band that's playing there. First off, what's everybody's passive perceptions who's in the Deep Pillow Tavern here? I think you guys have some pretty good
16.
Passive perceptions. 17, 16.
14.
Let's see. Both Oliver.
I'm sorry, I have a 19. My glasses are wrong.
That's right. You're 19. So all 3 of you, at this point, it's maybe about 30 minutes after you've been there. You've got some schmoozing in, had a drink or 2. When you do notice that the luminary, Ethel Fain, enters in through the front with sort of his entourage. It's not like a big deal, but he's sort of maybe one of the first of the VIPs that will arrive tonight, dressed in a brocade cloak that's like sequined and bedazzled. It glitters as if there's always light shining directly on him. He makes quite an entrance. You can hear he has his own entrance music that plays, that doesn't overshadow quite what Oliver and the band are doing, but those near him would hear it. And he's surrounded by a group of what appear to be 5 other just hangers-on, fops and dandies and libertines, mostly human, a couple of hobgoblins there as well, who are flouting social convention by hanging out with him.
Do I think that I can make eye contact with, do I think that my 2 compatriots see this?
Yeah, you guys have like some really good passive perceptions.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're maintaining contact with each other, and
Yeah, I mean, once I see them enter, I mean, I would look over at Oliver and Joego just to make sure that everyone else saw it and kind of be like.
no.
But I will take a moment to extricate myself from whatever conversation that I am currently in. And is the luminary heading in a particular direction upstairs to a bar?
Seems to be meandering his way through the crowd right now. His hangers-on are acting as sort of a screen for him, kind of keeping people from mobbing him and getting too much. But there are some people who he's chatting with and talking to, and he grabs a little cracker and eats part of it, a little glass of wine, takes a sip. But he's sort of slowly weaving his way in, and looks like he's heading towards a staircase that's in the back of the main room.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of make my way meandering to kind of cut him off, to run into him accidentally.
Gotcha.
But just so I know, have I ever met or talked to him as Robin or as Jiraiya in any capacity?
You certainly would have had the opportunity to, both in your capacity as sort of working for Zelakai, or in hitting him up for money if you were as Vandermouse. So I'll leave that up to you. You have it's the opportunity to.
Well, I probably met him as Robin. I probably would not have tried to meet him as Vandermouse because that's a very specific thing.
Gotcha.
Because I wouldn't try to steal from one of the luminaries. That's just dumb.
Does it look like Robin's going to get over there in time?
Robin, why don't you give me...
Oh, yeah, and I never actually rolled a disguise check.
Go ahead and, go ahead and give me that roll.
Give me a 4, baby.
Hey, not bad. 17. And then, let's see. Give me a... I would say give me a deception check modified by your dexterity instead of your charisma. I'm not sure how difficult that's going to be for you to roll. Just give it. You know what that modifier is.
I can just roll an acrobatics check and just.
That's the same difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I aid by stopping? I want to stop the music now while he's trying to get over there.
Provide a distraction.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, ladies and gentlemen, goblins, dwarves, and all you fine folks, we are greeted today by the wonderful, magnificent presence of Ethel Fain.
There's a round of applause as the music stops and everybody just sets their drinks down and bravo.
May I propose a toast to the luminaries, all 5 of them.
Gotcha.
And
Joego begins searching for toast. Asking the serving
There's
people.
toast everywhere, Joego. It's just got little bits of stuff on it. There's little pieces of bread all over the place.
Was there any type of reaction from him when I said all 5?
His face, he sort of like gives you one of those beaming politician smiles, looks at you, raises a glass to you over there. Give me an insight check.
I'm sure I'll be great at this. No problem.
This is like one of the skill rolls you may have to make all the time. Hey, not bad.
15. I'll take it.
There we go. His smile that he gives you is joyless. He doesn't smile with his eyes. He gives you just kind of a.
That's it. I just wanted to give him enough time. I just wanted to see if he reacted and give Robert enough time to get over to him.
Raises his glass to Oliver. Thanks the crowd. Was too kind. And then Robin is, slipped past his entourage and is sort of his back. Ethel's back is to Robin. Sir Vandermouse.
Oh, my dear, and I will. My dearest, the Ethel Fain, the brilliant, and I'll give a big overdone bow and probably hit him with my wig. Bow.
Oh, forgive me. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting.
I am Jariah Vandermouse. I'm somewhat known about town.
Of course, sir. Your reputation precedes you.
Oh, yes. My work with the Briar Patch House is known to some. I do what I can for the little ones, for they need help the most, don't they?
Absolutely, and truly the work that you do is remarkable and noteworthy. I envy you.
Oh, you do me an honor, sir. You do.
This whole time you guys are walking, it's still in the general direction towards the stairs, and you can see there that at the top of the stairs, it's sort of like one of those numbers where there's like a large sort of set of stairs that goes up, and then it splits off at the top, leading to sort of a balcony that overlooks the common room and whatever else is in the upper levels. But you can see that there are gentlemen on the stairs who are there to keep the undesirables from going. So you've got maybe another minute or two before he gets there.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'll try to speed this up and be like, by the way, have you ever made a donation? I'm sorry to do this in such a public fashion, but have you made a donation to our house? Maybe through Zelikai. I know he is a benefactor.
Yes, Zelikai does love the orphanage. So, to be honest, I think it has been some time since I've made a donation or paid my respects to the Briar Patch House. As I said, the work that you do there is quite extraordinary. Those children need a home. Have you? Yes, my work at the Cerulean Rose keeps me busy these years. We're putting on a wonderful production. I would love to see you attend.
Oh, you do me an honor, sir. You must let me know when it opens. I would love to give you notes.
Well, it would be a tremendous honor for me if you would attend the opening night of our performance. We've been keeping this one secret. It's an original production from a new talent that I've happened to stumble across.
Oh, when will this occur? I must make sure I have the proper attire.
Have Robin make me an insight check while you're chit-chatting with him.
I got a 2.
Oh my god, man. This is not your night. This is making up for that one night a couple of weeks ago where you had like 15
you
crits.
You couldn't do anything against us.
Yeah.
That's rough, dude.
Ethel reaches the base of the stairs here and says, well, all of my performances are, the aesthetics of them are quite important to me. I would dress as in your finest garments and be prepared to be astounded by what we have in store.
And when should I attend? When will this open?
We hope to have the final preparations ready by the end of the week, and then curtains will rise within 5 days.
Well, I do look forward to that.
He takes his hand. It's like his cloak's just like resting on his shoulders, and his he like takes a great big arm out of it. And Ethel is a man that loves the finer things in life, and it shows. He is he's fat. Is probably a good way to put it. Well dressed and well perfumed, but he does not skimp on the finer things in life. And he snaps a pair of his fingers, all ringed out, and it's like Liberace. He's like a magical Liberace. And one of his entourage produces a folded piece of paper with like a wax seal on it, and hands it to Vandermouse.
Jim, I got a question for you while I'm on stage. I'm kind of like looking at this from the distance. So,
yep.
Do I know most of those things about Ethel?
Yes.
Okay. And do I see his body language that he's trying to he's about to bail on Robin?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, two of the gentlemen on the stairs are approaching the bottom to make sure that Sir Vandermouse doesn't get anywhere he's not supposed to be.
I stop the music again. And I grab the goblins, whatever, and I just, oh, and by the heavens, by the gods, how could we have missed our good friend, one of the most wealthy and most charitable individuals, and might I say, one of the most finely dressed individuals, Vandermouse, my good friend, how does the day greet you?
The room kind of like, what is going on here?
Oh, another toast. And I'll kind of talk him up a little bit at the and see if maybe he can hold on to him, hold his attention, or maybe get invited to the back. That's all I'm trying to do is help him.
Gotcha. So there is a round of applause for Jariah.
Jariah, and I'm just giving
himself one of those waves. And there are people here who you know Robin. There's probably people here who you've cased their joints and pilfered from them. And there's the polite sort of like marvelous, most excellent from the crowd, and ladies sort of like, oh, such a dashing young man for Vandermouse. And then you see Robin sees Ethel give a quick to the two gentlemen descending from the stairs, and they return to their post from where they are. There's not they don't prevent you from ascending if you so choose.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I will. I will snap at Sir Thomas. Sir Thomas, we must go. And my man, join me.
Okay.
Try to give off the air that he's like my manservant.
Right. Your body man.
Yeah.
Whatever they call him. And then Oliver, are you back on the music?
No, man, I'm staying my cover, so I'm gonna stay on stage.
I'm gonna stay on stage.
Yeah.
Okay. So while that's going on, Jardon and Lucian, Curio, and Small Sebastian are back at the manse. It's not too long. The gang hasn't been gone for more than an hour or so. Whenever there's a patter of tiny feet, and you can hear them banging on the front door to Zelikai's manse.
All right, I'll creep away from my rest and research and go poke my head out to see who it is.
It is 5 of the gang of orphans that Joego had sent out to scour the streets, and they're just like all of them talking at once, and just like, you gotta come hurry. Where's Joego? You gotta come hurry. We found the guy. He gave us a headache, and I was like, we couldn't get him back here, and they said he got lost. We don't know where the other guy is. We just need help.
Calm down. Quiet. Scooty, Skippy, Scappy, Scumpy, and Dinga. Not all at once. You found man. give you a headache. Not good.
Yeah, we saw it. And okay. And then Scooty speaks up. He muscles his way to the front and explains that they were out around, checking out the alleyways, and they got distracted. And, the one guy who likes to catch rats, he went off to go do that. He didn't want to look for this guy. But we think we saw him or something. There's something. And it was very... Scooty has the same kind of look that Naomi the Magpie and Small Sebastian had earlier today, where he's just kind of like a little freaked out. He's like, yeah, there was something not far from here.
It was good that you came back before anything bad happened. Now you come in. We have fresh food, fresh-ish food, and you just one, Scooby, Skippy. One of you. You come. You show me where you saw it, but do not go back there.
Scary. Yeah, it's very scary. He describes in pretty good detail, go up this street, and it was through this alley, and then like 2 houses down, and it was between the buildings and one of those old courtyards. And he's describing a place that's kind of north of here, from where you're at, between Zelakai's Manse and the Briar Patch Orphanage, actually. You are familiar enough with it, the area.
Okay. I'm going to give them another hour or so to get back from what they're doing before I go and investigate incognito myself.
Okay. So those of you at the deep pillow, Oliver is down at the
I can't.
deep pillow.
All right.
It's like a really comfortable place to sit, right?
Sure.
Like all the chairs are great, and they've
really,
got those,
really deep pillow.
they've got those couches. They're like the central pillar, and then the ring, like the 360 couch. Things like that. Joego and Robin are able to follow Ethel upstairs, if they wish.
I somehow have a tray, one of the server's trays. I'm eating from it and offering it to people as I go.
Okay.
You're hungry? You eat. Good.
Plenty of people, they just assume you're a waiter there and take food off the plate.
And I'm just gonna be making the smallest of talk with Ethel, just trying to, I basically want to talk right around Zelakai, just to gauge. I'm basically trying to gauge when's the last time he talked to him.
Gotcha.
My dear Ethel,
Yes.
when you luminaries, I've always wanted to ask, because Zelakai, he will talk to me, but I think he finds me a bit pompous. I don't know.
Surely not.
I wouldn't presume. I don't know him maybe as well as you, being a luminary. I don't know. Do y'all have meetings? I mean, is there...
We occasionally dine together or invite each other over for an intimate setting. Yes.
Oh, I would love to be invited to the next, if at all possible.
I can't believe you've never been to one of my parties, Vandermouse.
I have heard of them before. I've heard them from this side of the Street of Spells to beyond the burnt waste of the north. Oh, dreadful business with those pyromancers last year.
Dreadful, absolutely dreadful. I shall have to remedy that. We are having a party after our opening night, and we will have to add you to that guest list, as well as your manservant here. Quite a...
Oh, Sir Thomas, please do. I don't go anywhere without him.
Yes, we will make
Sir
sure
Thomas
that you're...
love parties.
We will make sure that you're let through the door. But you were saying about our dear friend Zelachai.
Oh, yes. A rather cloistered individual, if you ask me. Has he always been that way?
He is a cautious and careful individual. Too much time in his books and studies and spending his hours communing with spirits from beyond.
Spirits from beyond, how dreadful.
Well, I mean, there's only so much that a rock can talk to you about. It's much better to enjoy the life that we have and not while away, worried about what the cosmos and the other planes are doing. There's plenty of life here in the city.
Oh, I do agree. It pervades every corner. It's just delicious here.
Yes, delicious is a great word for it. He's happy to chit chat as you make your way up to the balcony, go off in one of the private rooms that are in the second floor. There's a group of about 10 or so. Some of the more high up muckety mucks of the area. People who are patrons of the arts and great merchants and artists and things like that. Yes, exactly. And they're all sitting around the room, chit-chatting, doing business with each other, that kind of thing. It seems like a pretty casual environment up here. You're trying to dance around Zelachai.
I'm just trying to get a read on him as we talk about Zelachai, basically, to see if, you know what I mean.
Maybe slips up, anything like that.
Right. As far as Robin can tell from just chatting with him for these last few minutes, This is the same Ethel you've known for as long as you've known him. Ethel's always been a bit of a libertine and likes to push the boundaries, as it were. He delights in scandalizing others and breaking taboos. It's just kind of his MO. If you imagine the Marquis de Sade and Liberace if they were an illusionist. That's kind of the vibe that Ethel Fain goes. He owns this theater, the Cerulean Rose. They put on a lot of experimental stuff, necromancer shadow puppets, that kind of thing.
And your inspiration for this NPC was?
It's just my imagination.
Necromancer shadow puppet theater. That's awesome. Just wow.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay, but I don't really get any. I just don't, in my gut, don't get a vibe on him that he has any idea of what's happened to Zelachai.
Not with that one insight roll.
No, since I've talked to him for a while, could I get maybe another chance?
Yeah, I mean, you've talked to him. You're in upstairs in the private room is a bit more interpersonal than the crowded, loud. There's no music up here. It's just quiet conversation from that. So yeah, I'll let you get another insight roll there. And what was that with Joego?
Jogo's going to come up and kind of listen to what's going on. And why you keep asking about Zelachai? Them brains got sucked out. Maybe goblins or soup.
How loud does Joego say that?
Jogo's got kind of bombastic when he talks.
There are a few murmurs, as people who are on the fringes of your conversation do their best not to appear to be eavesdropping.
Oh, my dear Sir Thomas, you should not talk about the proclivities of those that you walk in on when they are with those that they pay for.
Do you think they have better pots here?
They might. You might want to check with the kitchen. I know the head cook well.
Oh, that is a good idea. You fancy magic guy, right?
God, we lost all the sponsors.
Yes.
Sir Thomas. Sir Thomas. And do you have good pots?
Yes, Sir Thomas. I do believe that there's a tremendous pots downstairs. So during this, after Joego's what do you call it, comment, there was a brief moment where Ethel just didn't react whatsoever to what everybody else is murmuring it up, and Ethel just for a split second takes him that much longer to seem to react, and his reaction is one of oh yes, please let's not talk about what we get up to in the privacy of our own manses. But it does. Robin notices that it does take him a fraction of a second to seemingly react to that.
Robin's so smart. Sir Thomas, go check the kitchen. I will find pots for everyone.
Okay, so Thomas is going back downstairs.
He is.
All right.
Oh, I will
15 minutes later, he reappears.
For the pot. So Oliver sees some of the Joego come down. He comes back with a pot. What's Oliver doing during this time?
So basically, what I want to do is I want to exit the stage when I see him come down, and because I mean, Joego just came down. Robin's still up there.
Right.
I'm gonna make my way over, and acting drunk, kind of falling over myself, having a good time, laughing, smiling. I'm gonna charm my way up to the stairs.
Okay.
And join them. So I'm gonna basically go up. My good friends. Man, what a wonderful, splendid evening this has been. I cannot tell you how much fun it has been. I'm just going to go up and say hello to my good friend Vandermouse, and of course the luminary, so if you'll excuse me, and I'm just gonna kind of just, like you own it, right? Like, just walk some gear out of a club. Like,
I'm gonna say, based on your performance and the fact that you're latched on with the other group, you get advantage on this roll.
Awesome. Okay, so do you want a deception? I'm hoping. The deceiving.
Yeah, that'll work. Deceiving.
Okay, so there's the first one, which is a 23.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. Let's see what you can get with the second one. Let's see if we can blow this one.
22.
22. That's right. Yeah, 23 is more than enough. These goons are, they're just like, yeah, it's the musician. It's Oliver, and he's with that one guy we lit up. They wave you past and sit you up there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna come up there and I'm just gonna join the party.
Okay.
Oh, my friends, how are you? Oh, dear Ethel, how does the evening greet you?
The evening finds me very well, Oliver.
Well, that is splendid to hear. And of course, I see that you're getting along smashingly with my good friend Vandermouse. Vandermouse, you are so lovely dressed, might I say.
Oh, why, thank you, my dearest Oliver. When am I not, though, really?
Truly. Yes, well, don't mind me. I just wanted to come up here and well, knock a few back. Drinks. I meant.
I have knocked plenty back, and I please see me to the privy, lest I fall over, which dare to make a scene.
Well, I don't know how sturdy I'll be, but I'll give it the old college try.
So I'm going to cut back to Jardon and Zelakai's manse. Jardon is making preparations to leave if they don't get back soon. When Curio comes running from out of his room breathlessly and running up to where Lucian's just in that central room reading a book or something. He's like, Jardon, the auto alarm went off. I don't know what to do.
Alarm? Where? Show me. Just show me. It'll be all right.
He takes you out into that terrace garden that's off the back of the dining room. He says, "It's down there somewhere. The alarm was the one for the north wall," and he's just like pointing off the back. That's where it was. At this time, those of you back at the deep pillow, Oliver gets a a mind, a tingling in his mind, as he can tell that there is a spell being sent to him, and in breathless, with just like hurried whispers, you hear Curio's voice in your ear. Someone is here. The alarm on the north wall has been tripped.
I'm carrying. I'm like leaning on with Robin. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Joego is still downstairs on his way back up at the pot.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm going to lean over. Shit. We need to head back to the manse now. And I will cast message, which is 120 feet. I'm hoping Joego is close enough.
Yeah, that's Jogo's within range.
And I'll relay the message over to Joego to meet outside and to group up and make our way to the manse as quickly as possible.
Okay. So looking off of the balcony garden there, Jardon and Curio are kind of scanning the garden. The sun is just sort of like just setting, casting long shadows over it, and you can see that there is a shimmer in the air just over the wall, like something standing on the wall, but it's got kind of a hazy, almost like a heat oasis kind of look to it. What does Jardon do?
Yeah, he'll be looking for the others, but he hasn't really had time to rest yet, I guess. So he's going to go in with what he's got planned. He's going to tell everyone to get back inside, close the doors, and that he's going to go and he'll be ready for whatever comes out.
Ready for whatever comes out. You going back inside with them?
He'll keep the door open enough to watch what's going on.
Okay. All right.
Maybe he'll turn into a little lizard and scurry up and have a perch.
Okay.
Keep the door shut unless it is me. But nothing.
Yeah, there's the shimmer hangs there, perched on the wall for the longest time, and you just get in your mind you can feel sort of almost like a pressure or almost like a physical presence in your mind, and I need you to make me a will save, Jardon. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, there's an intense pressure in Jardon's mind as something you can feel is trying to search for it or find it. And we're going to pick up next week and see what it is that's perched on the wall, searching for Jardon as the party that's at the Deep Pillow races back to Zelakai's manse.
Very quick.
Jim Davis, you magnificent bastard. Thank you for the game, man.
Magnificent bastard.
All right, so guys, if you're watching right now on Twitch, if you're one of all these people, go enter the giveaway. We're giving away gift cards and awesome D20 dice bags from ThinkGeek. So go enter that giveaway. If you guys are watching later on YouTube, we're going to leave the giveaway up for a few days. So even though you don't catch this until the YouTube airing on Friday, you'll still have plenty of time to go enter that giveaway as well. So go do that, and we'll put links down in the description below for that. But as always, we want to thank our awesome sponsors, ThinkGeek, our virtual tabletop, Fantasy Grounds, and Pyromancers.com with Dungeon Painter Studio for helping us put this game together. Guys, if you want to support the show, you don't need to support us. Just go support our sponsors. They're supporting the show. So go show those guys some love. We would appreciate it. That's all I got. Do you guys want to close out with anything?
See you next week.
See you next week. Thanks for tuning in, and
do it again.
Hopefully my dice will be better to me.
Hopefully.
I don't know. I was digging the 4.
Dave, I love that damn pot. All right, Jesus. Guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next Wednesday.
All right.
Later.